Hello, Caroline here. Today I'm reviewing the Arch & Olive notebook and setting it up for 2020. When I received it, it came in that lovely box that can easily be wrapped in case you want to gift it to someone. The notebook itself is wrapped in plastic and has a sleeve which says 160 GSM ultra thick paper and 160 dotted pages, as well as no ghosting, bleeding, perfect for markers and even paint. The notebook dimensions are 5.75 inches by 8.25 inches, which is an A5. The notebook is hardbound and feels like tough fabric, so not what I'm used to with the Leuchtturm and Lemome having a leathery texture. It also has a moon and stars gold detailing in front. It has an elastic band to keep the notebook closed and a pen holder on the right side. The notebook I have has gold gilded edges, but there are other notebooks available that have a silver gilded edge, or non-gilded edges at all, if you prefer that. And the notebooks come in different colors as well. The first page has an area where you can place your name, and after that page, it starts directly with dotted paper. The pages are very thick and smooth and lay flat, which I really appreciate. The pages don't come with page numbers, and the spaces in between dots are 5mm. It also doesn't have an index. The notebook also comes with 2 bookmarks, one having a charm and one without, as well as a back pocket. Now it's time to compare the page colors with other notebooks I have. Both the Lemome and Leuchtturm are ivory. The Leuchtturm being slightly lighter than the Lemome, but the Arch & Olive compared to the two has white pages. The Lemome was $12.99 and the pages are thick, but I had a lot of bleeding issues, especially when blending Tombow and Crayola Supertips pens. Not so much with watercolor though the watercolor sinks into the pages very fast, making blending very difficult. Next up is the Leuchtturm, which I purchased for $19.99. The pages are much thinner, making the pens ghost, but I like the coating on the pages. They're ideal for watercolors because the watercolors just sit on top and will not sink into the paper. However, I also have experience bleeding with trying to blend Tombow markers and Crayola Supertips. Both the Lemome and Leuchtturm I was able to purchase on Amazon. The Arch & Olive can only be purchased online or by retailers. My notebook is $36, but a notebook without gilded edges is $31. There is also a shipping fee of about $5. If you, however, purchase $75 worth of products on the website, the shipping will be free. They recently came out with new detailing: a garden slither, midnight moth, night owl, falling skies, morning sun, and north star. This notebook is on the pricier side, compared to other notebooks that are cheaper. Let's move on to the pen test of the Arch & Olive. I use pretty much all kinds of pens that I have, like Tombow Fudenouske, Pilot G-Tech, Sharpie pen, Pigma FB, a ball pen, Sakura Micron, Crayola Supertips, Tombow dual brush pens, and a fountain pen. The brush test, at least for me, is the important test. I laid out a layer of Crayola and Tombow dual brush pens directly to the paper and tried to blend it with a watercolor brush loaded with water. Right beside it, I loaded up the 2 pens on a paintbrush first before putting it on the paper, and that was easier to blend, almost like watercolors. I also added 3 layers of dual brush pens, super tips, and watercolors to see if the page can handle more layers. Let's see what bled through. The Sharpie permanent marker and also the 2 tests with placing a Tombow dual brush pen and Crayola Supertips pen directly onto the paper and trying to blending them with water bled through the page. I also wanted to see the pens in action, so right beside the pen test, I made a very quick illustration of a sunflower with the Sakura Pigma Micron for the outlines. Then I filled out the left side petals with watercolor, the bottom petals with Tombow dual brush pens, with the Crayola Supertips pens. Let's see what bled through here. So the watercolors had a slight bleed. My guess is the more water you use, the more chances of bleeding. So the paper performed good with minimal bleeding. I also noticed slight smudging of the Sakura Pigma Micron pen when I shaded the sunflower with the Crayola Supertips pens and the Tombow dual brush pens. Let's move on to the 2020 setup. I started out by filling in my name in "This book belongs to" section. I will add more information like my contact information later on. On the left side, behind the hardcover, I placed the key section. It's pretty much the same as in my Leuchtturm, except instead of a heart key, it's a moon key. I fill it in with yellow watercolor before changing my mind to the gold watercolors from the Kuretake palette. Now that I thought it was dry, I moved on to the future log. From January all the way to December. In my last future log, I placed all 12 months in 2 pages, and by the end of the year I didn't have much space left. So this time the calendars go all across the top, underneath with the holidays, and below them go my reminders and appointments. The page after the future log, I placed the birthday page. The page right after the birthday page, I placed the when did I last, where I write down all things that I do every month. For example, when I last changed car tires, cleaned the fridge, and so on. On the same page, I placed the things that I need to do every year and every month. For example, veterinary appointments for my dog and cat, things that need to be done every year, like vaccinations. The right page I kept empty, just in case I want to add another tracker. The page after that, I placed the Instagram and YouTube trackers, more in a simple way. I fill out the circles with black and place the number and date with a white gel pen. For example, when I reach 500 subscribers on YouTube, I fill one of the circles black and fill in the 500 and the day I reached it with a white gel pen. To finish it up, I went back to the book belongs to page and added the month I started using the notebook, as well as 2020 on the top. I hope this video was helpful. And we are at the end of the video. If you liked it, click the thumbs up button and subscribe button. All the materials I used are in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!